All right, so we just started recording so that our ladies who cannot be here right now can watch it later. Go ahead and mute yourselves so that we don't have all that background noise everywhere. Everybody's good? All right, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and we will get started. Okay, so I see that I have some ladies who have actually already onboarded, and not everybody is in the queue, but this is going to be helpful regardless. If you're new or if you are sponsoring somebody, I think that it's important for you to know how to guide them and tell them what steps to take, and kind of, there's so much information when you first join, it can be quite overwhelming. So the point with this training was to try to filter what's truly important and what I feel you should focus on during those first few weeks, and then as your call approaches as well. So first of all, congratulations on joining the movement. If you are a new QB, we're very excited that you're here. And this is going to be just I work best with checklists and crossing things off, and I feel more accomplished every time that I cross something off that list. Even if I'm adding 3 things to the bottom for everything that I cross off the top, it still gives you that nice feeling at the end of the day to get a little check mark done on one of the lists, and just makes you feel like you're progressing and getting somewhere, right? So let's talk about, first and foremost, your sponsor. I know that you ladies thought and gave careful consideration to who your sponsor is, and each of us, I know that I can speak for the whole team, that whoever you picked from this team as your sponsor, we're thrilled and we're very humbled that you chose us. As the trainer and the leader of this 3-ring circus that we call Row Nation, I am most definitely humbled every time that a lady chooses to join our team and trusts us to help you get set up for success. My goal is to help each one of you find your why and find your path to success and set you up to achieve more than you ever thought possible. So your sponsor is always your first point of contact. As you go through this journey, if you have questions on where do I go from here, how do I set up, how does the system work, yes, there are tons of trainings out there, this one included. It's going to be available for all of our future QBs. I'm going to be sharing the PowerPoint slides as well as the video on our team page. So this will be available for them to watch. The How to Be a Unicorn Wrangler training guide is a fantastic tool that will also answer a lot of questions and get you started on the right foot. But as you go through those and you have questions, your sponsor is there to help you, okay? Even if it's something as simple as, hey, help me navigate Audrey. She may not be able to sit with you for a whole afternoon and show you button by button, but she can direct you where the exact video is, or she can tell you how to troubleshoot, or she can tell you, you know what, now it's time for a ticket. Let's go ahead and call home office and get consultant services to help us with this specific issue. She will know to guide you in that sense. And she is also your listening ear. So we have team chats and we have team pages. And I know that a lot of the QBs like to join the queue pages for their specific month. Like you have a July QBs or, August QBs, or whenever you joined the wait list, you have a specific group. Those are great for bouncing ideas or for staying up to date on new guidelines and whatnot. But I ask of you, I beg of you, don't use those avenues as your vent space. Your sponsor is your vent space. And if you need to, your upline trainer right here are also your vent space. Borrow their ear, give them a call, say, I'm upset about this and that, or I don't know how to handle this and that, and they will listen to you, they will guide you, they will understand your frustration. Trust me, there hasn't been anything so far that my Lula babies have been through that I haven't been through already as well. So I understand. I try to put a positive spin on it. I try to show you the silver lining, and that's not me discounting or not validating your frustrations. I absolutely do, and I absolutely understand. But going down the rabbit hole isn't helpful for anyone. And just going on the team chats and just spewing negativity after negativity and jumping on that negative Nancy train really isn't going to help solve your problem. So I ask that you don't jump on the bashing LuLaRoe train or the, just the negativity train. Reach out to your sponsor, let her know of your frustrations, let her know of your questions, let her know of your fears, and I guarantee you she will relate and she will help you. Now, there's a couple things that I wanted to cover regarding queue time. Queue time varies, and it varies a lot. Some ladies will receive their call as soon as 4 weeks after entering the queue. I haven't really been seeing much of that lately, but it has been known to happen. You are given a 8 to 10 week window. That's usually the bulk of ladies get onboarded within that time. But then you have the lady that got her call just a month after submitting paperwork, and she's like, oh my goodness, like how did this happen? And then everyone else that submitted around that same time thinks that that's the new norm and that's how it's going to happen. And then they start getting frustrated because their call doesn't come within 4 weeks. Just know anything 4 and 12 is absolutely normal. Do not panic until that little window that they give you on the daily email that says we are onboarding between the dates of such and such and such and such. If your date is between those, you're good. All right. It can vary a lot. Now, speaking of those emails, I have here Q Club emails, how you sign up for them. That's your link. I know that you're not going to be able to copy and paste from this slide. So once I post this slide, I will make sure to post the link as a comment on the team page so that you just can click on it and sign up for them. Every day you're going to receive your daily Q update. It's going to tell you, the dates in between, or if there's something going on that day. There's been known to be days that they'll be like, you know what, we have a ridiculous amount of tickets from our current consultants, and to try to help them out, we're going to pull our onboarding specialists to help our consultant support team. So onboarded is suspended for the day. It does happen. It has happened to some of you, even. It has happened to me. And the email will let you know if that's the case. So I will put that link for you guys. Q Club calls every Monday. Very important. They go over things like the LuLaRoe culture and how we got started and the do's and don'ts of being in the queue and the do's and don'ts of being a consultant. And you get to meet the home office team. You get to meet those people that you hear about in all of the posts and all of the videos and all of the training calls. You get to put a name to the face so that when your time comes to be at convention and to be at leadership or to be on the LuLaRoe cruise, those are your peeps, right? You already put a name to the face and you feel like you're part of the family. LuLaRoe is a family business, so be on those calls. It is important. They do cover important information, and it isn't always recorded. It's kind of hit or miss. Some weeks they'll put out a recorded video of it, and some days they'll just put out some notes from the call. So I can't always guarantee that you can watch it later. So if you are able to be there right at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Monday, do that, because there's really no guarantee that they'll be recorded that day. All right. And then another thing, once you sign up, your sponsor adds you to a ton of pages, and you're like, what's all this? This is a whole new world. I don't even understand, right? It's a lot. And each of them is important because each of them has tremendous information for you. I have been trying to make our team page, to make the Row Nation page, a one-stop shop for info, so that you no longer have to be added to so many pages and be so overwhelmed. However, if you choose to ask your sponsor to be added to the big Q pages, like Team Unicorn Wranglers, led by Phil and Danielle, who are they are the top of our chain, of our food chain. Of course, it goes up higher until it gets to Deanne, but Phil and Danielle are our mentors, and then it just kind of goes down from there. And they have a humongous Q page, tons of information, training videos, and the How to Be a Unicorn Wrangler written guide. I have put all of that information already on the Row Nation page. So you really don't need to be on that Q page. However, if you choose to ask your sponsor to add you to that, I ask you that you please, please, please beware. Like I said, don't jump on the negative posts and commiserate with people. That's what your sponsor is for. And don't believe everything that you hear. If it doesn't come from home office, it's not true. Doesn't mean that it won't be true, but if you haven't heard from them yet, then don't count it as the golden rule yet. All right? If it comes from home office, you will usually receive an email. It will be written down. You will see in black and white the words. All right? So I know that, I don't really know how long ago this happened, but there was a new Q guidelines graphic that was put out that had some new stuff that some of the QBs were kind of going crazy over, like you're not allowed to open your VIP page, and you're not allowed to do giveaways while in the queue, and all of that stuff. And a lot of the QBs kind of lost their minds, because that's not how they were told that they could do things, right? It's not on the policies and procedures manual. It has not been written in black and white. No email has been sent about this. A guideline is not what's in the PMP, and I will cover more about what they meant by those guidelines here in a few slides. But once again, I ask of you, if you see something like that and you're on those Q pages, come to me, go to your sponsor. They will let you know what they mean by that and how you should change your behavior accordingly, okay? Don't just assume that to be 100% true, because 99.9% of the time it isn't. Another set of pages that I personally strongly discourage you from being on are the BST sites, the buy, sell, trade pages. They breed negativity. There are tons of ladies who go on there, and because they've had one bad experience with one consultant, they just assume that to be the LuLaRoe norm. They are disgruntled customers. They are customers who unfortunately did not find the consultant who has gone above and beyond for them, which I know all of you ladies always will, right? And so they go on there and they tell about their bad experiences. They tell them about their holes in their leggings, and they tell them about different fits from different countries and whatnot. And then all of these other ladies that have also bad experiences will just jump on it. Consultants will read those and get deeply offended, and then jump on, try to defend themselves and get bashed. And it's just, listen, if you have time to be on those threads and to be on those pages and engage in those conversations, then you are not working your business to the best of your ability. I most certainly do not have time to be on those threads and to be on those pages. I don't have time to be defending myself or defending my business. I don't need to. Look at my numbers, look at my sales, look at my customers, look at the reviews my customers leave on my wall. I have that because all of my available time I am dedicating to my VIPs, to my team, and to my business. So if you are working your business correctly, you're not going to have time to be wrapped up in the drama. All right? So just keep that in mind. Now, your first homework. You've joined the queue. You're in. You are excited. We're excited that you're here. What do you do now, right? Your first step should be to know your why. In LuLaRoe, you're going to hear about your why a lot, and you're going to refer back to your why a lot, because some days are really amazing and some days are freaking hard. And on those days, you need to know, why are you doing this? Why are you going to keep on pushing? Why are you going to continue believing in the product when in one single Tuesday, you had 3 customers write you about defects in their leggings? Why? Why should I bother going live and spending my time when I only had 2 viewers? Why am I going to do album sales when Facebook makes it so difficult to upload my inventory photos and it's so frustrating? Why? So that is very important. That's going to be your guiding force. And just because you set one why today doesn't mean that it's not going to change tomorrow. My personal why has evolved just in the 4 months that I've been doing this.
It's a train.
So,
Go.
Lisa, are you muted? Make sure that you hit the mute button. Got it. Thank you, lady. So write it down. What made you jump on board? Why did you click on that link to your sponsor and join the company? Is it because you want something bigger for yourself than just waking up in the morning, going to a job that maybe you no longer feel passionate about, and you just want the extra challenge? Is it because you want to contribute to your family financially? Is it because you want to get out of debt? Is it because you dream of buying a home, paying in cash one day, and so you need something that's going to make that dream possible? What is that dream? What is that why? Write it down. And then once you write it down, let's talk about making a plan to reach it, because a goal is only a goal if you have a way to meeting it. Otherwise, it's just a dream, right? And a dream is something out there that is, you talk about it and you kind of want to believe in it, but you're not holding yourself responsible for making it true. If you write it down and you have a plan, now it's a goal, and a goal is reachable, all right? And with LuLaRoe, I cannot tell you guys how much higher you can dream. It's been a true lesson learned for me. I started with a small why, and it's been evolving and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time that I think that maybe I'm setting the bar too high, I can see that it can be reached and it can be crushed, and I can reach even higher. So start with your why, write it down, make a plan. To make a plan, I would advise writing down your goals versus your resources. So say my goal is to put 40 hours a week into my business, or 20 hours a week into my LuLaRoe business. What are your resources, right? How much time do you truly have each day to put into it? Are you only going to work when your kids are in bed? So how many hours each evening is that going to be? Are you going to do it during their nap time? Autumn, our coach, our upline coach, she has 1 to 2 hours in the middle of the day when her son naps. That's the time that she does shipping and invoicing and replying to customers' messages. Are you willing to put those 2 hours into it? Or those are the 2 hours that you're going to say, no, actually, I'm going to take those 2 hours to go grocery shopping and go to the gym and, meet a friend for coffee and whatnot. Be realistic about what you're willing to sacrifice and what your resources are so that you know how you're going to reach that goal. All right. So, for example, my goal was to cruise qualify this year. I knew that I have time in my hands because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I did not have a second job, and my only responsibility was to go pick up my kids from school in the middle of the day, and of course tend to my younger babies who are home with me throughout the day. So I knew that time was a resource that I had available, and I had a lot of. So I was able to set my sights on working between 40 and 60 hours a week, and I probably work more than that. I probably work about 80 hours a week easily because I work LuLaRoe 7 days a week. So just be realistic, write that down. And I highly recommend these 3 videos that I posted right here. I will share the links to them with you guys on the team page as well. So inspirational, so important to take a look so that you can see where we got started and how this company, how you fit into the family, how Deanne really feels about what she built and every single one of us. So you can see the life of the product video will show you from that person who, in another country who's getting fair wages and like equal trade opportunities and all of that stuff, how they contribute to every single step of getting that product to us so that we can get it to the customer. It's really going to give you a deep, deep appreciation for the entire process and everyone who's involved in it. So I will share those links with you, and I hope that you will watch it and get inspired, and that will help you truly see your why, write it down, make your goal, and be ready to reach it. So once you've done that, your second homework, I highly suggest, this is how I used my time in the queue, and I feel like it was quite wise to use it that way. Because you may kind of have an idea right now of where you want to see your business going and how you want to run it. But it isn't until you can plan and you can plan and you can plan, but it isn't until you are in it hands-on or watching someone else do it hands-on that you're really going to get a grasp of, you know what, I really like this. Or, you know what, I had this idea and it really doesn't work. Let me try something new. Let's do it again. So your second homework is to join groups of all sizes and all sales volume. Join the group of the girl that just opened yesterday. Join Phil and Danielle's group that has 22,000 members now, I think it is. Join every single one of your teammates groups, because every single one of us is in a different stage of our journey. We each have different sales volume. We have people on the team who sell $2,000 a month. We have people on the team that sell $30,000 a month. So join every single one of them. I really recommend starting with your team members and then kind of branching from there in your team tree. So then join maybe Ashley-Ann's team page and Autumn's team page, and then see who are the trainers under Autumn. I recommend April and Genoa. They are fantastic. They have a great vibe. They're a team. So if you're considering coming into this, if you can't come into this as partners, take a look at how they do things. Amy and Rebecca also are a team, so I recommend them. And our other trainers are Miranda and Marian, all fantastic ladies doing wonderful things with their businesses. They have pages of all groups and sizes, and they have kind of different sales volumes as well. So take a look. Go on there, and every single day, see what they're doing on their page. See what they're posting. see what kind of posts get the biggest engagement. So write the most comments, or, see how they choose to respond to the comments that are left on their wall, see the turnaround time in their responses to their customers, see how they handle an album sale, see how they handle a live sale. So for example, once you see a live sale, see how long it takes them to post to the wall, invoicing is complete. I guarantee you that every single one of these ladies who are successful in their businesses will not take 2 days to invoice a customer. So write that down. See what you like about how they run their business. See maybe what you don't like. Write down some ideas. Maybe you saw a giveaway that they did and you're like, you know what, that's so genius. And look at that. They had 700 comments. That's fantastic. I want to do that. Write it down. Put it in a Post-it note. Put it on a board on your wall. Put it on your planner. However it is that you get organized, just jot it down, save it for future reference so that you can use it in your group in the future as well. Now, just remember, when you are in those groups, there are rules and guidelines. There, especially in the ethics and I think it says ethics and I don't remember what it's called, but it's on the team page. There's an album on it. It covers everything that you are expected to do and how you're supposed to conduct yourself as a consultant, even in the queue. Even though you're not officially a consultant, you're expected to be mindful of your fellow consultants' business, even if they're not teammates. Even if you joined the group of XYZ, who's in a completely different team and has nothing to do with Team Unicorn Wranglers and below, don't go on there and solicit their customers. Don't private message their customers and say, hey, I'm going to get inventory in 2 weeks. If I have that pair of unicorn leggings that I saw you searching for, I'll message you. Don't do that. Don't poach their customers. Be a silent observer. You're welcome to shop retail. Don't ever, ever, ever ask or expect any sort of discount. And do not join their giveaways. Their giveaways are for their customers. And even though you are a paying customer, you're a consultant in the queue, and that's just part of the ethics expectations. Okay? Now, let's get to work. Here are your checklists. These are your steps to take to make sure that you're ready by the time that your call comes. Set up your email. I ask that if you have any questions about naming or how to set up your official name or your official LuLaRoe email, there is a whole section on social media and trademarks and using the LuLaRoe name in the policies and procedures manual. The PNP is also in an album on the team page as well as under the file section. So read it. Familiarize yourself with it. That's your holy grail, okay? So you want to set up your email. The format should always be LuLaRoe, first name, last name. Okay, so in my case, it would be LuLaRoe Natalia Hills at whatever, Yahoo, Gmail. I think that most consultants like to use Gmail. It's just simple. It's, linked to Google Drive and all of that stuff. So you want to do that. You want to set up your VIP group. Now, let me address setting up your VIP group real quick. I know, like I said before, that there was a guideline put out that QB should not open their VIP groups. This is the thing. Home office does not want you to portray yourself as a consultant. You must make it clear that you are in the queue. You must make it clear that you are not selling any product as of yet because you have nothing to sell. And you must make it clear that you are not a consultant. So when it comes to opening your group, let them know that you're in the queue. You cannot sell anything on your page. Oh, just a minute, you guys. It wants to kick me off here. We want to just upgrade it to Pro. Okay. This should be good. Yes, we want to accept and subscribe. Oh my goodness. My apologies. Okay. I think it's going, you guys. I think it's going to let us stay. I just don't want it to kick us off. All right. Woo-hoo. Okay, so no time limitations. That's what we were hoping for. Fantastic. Are you still, can you guys still see my screen? What do you guys see right now? You can unmute yourself and let me know, please.
It's white.
It's all white. Bring it to front. Oh, there we go. How about now?
That's good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, June. All right. So, so set up in your VIP group. Just make sure that you don't portray yourself as a consultant, okay? That's the same thing for giveaways. What they were talking about, that you're not allowed to do giveaways. Let me tell you something. Once you purchase something, if you buy a pair of leggings at retail from another consultant, that's your property. They can't tell you what to do with it. You are free to give your property away. So you are able to do giveaways with items that you've purchased yourself, and you cannot promise inventory that you don't have. And you can't promise Lula Cash until you are an official consultant, all right? You can do a week of giveaways leading up to your launch after you've been onboarded. Even if your inventory is still on its way, at least you've already been made an official consultant, and that's okay. But you cannot say, as soon as you enter the queue, pick a Cassie from my inventory once I get onboarded, because there's no guarantee that you'll even get onboarded. The being in the queue is not a promise that you will receive a onboarding call. Well, I mean, you will receive your call, but if there's any issues with payment or banking or any sort of other thing, you may not be able to be onboarded. You just never know, okay? So you are not allowed to promise Lula Cash or inventory until you are a official consultant. So just the basics of setting up your VIP group. There's actually quite a few little things that you need to pay attention to. I ask that you refer to the Team Unicorn Wranglers Guide, How to Be a Unicorn Wrangler. They go over what privacy setting you should use, what you should do for your description, how you change the name for the link in your group, and how to do you want to approve every member, or do you want your members to be able to approve other members? You want to make your posts to the wall where an admin has to approve posts, because you don't want any Joe Schmo that, joins your group to be able to post something to your wall. What if it's spam? What if it's, something negative, or that you prefer to address through a private message, perhaps, rather than on your wall? So all of those things are in that guide. Make sure that you read through it. But your basics are, you first want to open it and set it to secret. When you set it to secret, it will let you add little by little and work on it a little bit each day until you feel like you know what? I'm happy with this. Now I'm ready to let people in. Because when you set it to secret, nobody can search for it and nobody can ask to join. Once you moved from secret to closed, that's when people are going to be able to join. That's when you're going to be able to share your link in the team pages and the fan pages and all of that stuff. Okay, so when you set it to secret, go in there, update your description, put your pinned post, make your Google form. Your Google form, you're going to want that to be on your pinned post as well. You may want to put a album of sizing. So you have all those sizing charts that are available to you from the Dropbox. The Dropbox link is also on the Row Nation team page under helpful links and information. And you might want to put an album of what styles you carry. Some consultants have an album of how I row, and it's just pictures of themselves wearing the different styles that they'll carry to kind of give customers inspiration, show them different ways to kind of maybe knot or tie or, scrunch, or some people don't even think about this, but wearing a Madison skirt over a Julia dress because the Julia is so tight up top, and then just kind of blouse it out a little bit. Beware that our design and production team has asked us to not display garments in a manner other than they were intended to be worn. So, for example, a maxi skirt was designed to be a skirt, not a tube top dress. And the reason for this is, or like the Azure, I know a lot of ladies know how to do a halter, make the Azure skirt into a halter top. Don't show your customers how to do that. Don't post pictures of yourself doing that. The reason for this is to maintain the brand integrity. LuLaRoe is known for being modest and comfortable clothing. Once you put a skirt as a halter top, as a tube top, and you have to kind of pull it up so it stays up because it's not meant to be a halter top, it's no longer seen as comfortable. Now it's something that you have to tug at and adjust constantly and wear maybe with a shrug because you're afraid things are showing. And let's face it, a lot of the styles are no longer modest. So you are welcome to show them how to tie a Nirma because you're still wearing it as a tunic, right? Or maybe do the hair tie trick on the Carly or the Julia because you're still wearing the Carly as a dress, still wearing the Julia as a dress. That's totally fine. But just don't wear the garment in a way that's different from what it was intended. Okay? So take your time with your VIP group. Don't think that because you entered the queue today, you need to open it tomorrow because you want a lot of members, because you want to launch to, 10,000 people. Just take your time, put everything that you want on there, open when you're ready. Don't rush it. Build, they will come. Remember that Phil and Danielle Russell launched their group to 84 members. That's it, 84. And look where they're at now. So even if you take a lot of time and it takes you a while to build your group how you want and be comfortable with sharing it, that's completely okay. You don't have to launch your group to, 2,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 members to be successful. That's no indication of where you're going to be. Okay? Now, your Instagram account. I highly suggest having one and posting to it daily. That is, admittedly, I'm terrible at it these days. I kept up with mine 2 to 3 times a day, every day when I was in the queue, and I completely slacked off lately. But if I can give you a piece of advice, is to set up one. And what you can do is just have, how some companies have stock photos that they just use? Grab 2 or 3 outfits. Have your husband take you in the car one day just around your community. Like here where I live, I can go down to our community center and there's rock walls, there's a pool, there's a splash pad, there's trees. So there's all kinds of different backgrounds. I can change in the car real quick, go out, take 2 or 3 pictures in each outfit in each of the different backgrounds, and then have a stack of like 12 photos that I can use through the next week or 2. So that would be my advice, so that you don't have to every day get up, get dressed, do your hair, do your makeup to take one photo for Instagram. That way you have it saved on your phone. You can just go back to it whenever needed. A great app for editing, if you wish, is PicTapGo. I think maybe I paid $3 for it, $2.99, $3.99. But I use it all the time. I use it to bump up my brightness because they want the pictures to be nice and bright. Please do not post selfies in the bathroom with the toilet open behind you. Don't take pictures in front of a dumpster and, post it to Instagram. Don't show pictures of yourself, dirty or misrepresenting the brand in any way. If you want to have an idea of the kinds of images that LuLaRoe wants you to put out, follow them on Instagram. Follow all of the LuLaRoe top posters. I am obsessed with Lindsay Wheeler's Instagram. It's fantastic. Kara, what's her last name? Amy Kara. She has a fantastic Instagram account as well. The Lula Girls blog is also a great one to follow. And then, of course, Deanne's and LuLaRoe business page, Instagram account are all fantastic to follow. See what they post and see how they caption it. Sometimes they'll post inspirational quotes. Sometimes they'll post a hashtag because of LuLaRoe picture. Sometimes they'll just post outfit of the day. See how they describe their upcoming sales. They never post pictures of, oh, hey, this, they never post like, the graphics that we make with word swag and stuff. They don't post those. They post pictures of their racks or a sneak peek of a beautiful Irma that they'll have, things like that. So just take a look at those accounts, see what they do, and draw inspiration from it. Please remember that drawing inspiration is not flat out copying. So make it your own, be unique. Your customers are not going to buy LuLaRoe from you because you sell LuLaRoe. They will buy LuLaRoe from you because you are you. Because with 45, probably for about around 47,000 of us out there right now, they want to know what you can offer them that no one else can. And the only thing that you can offer is yourself. All right? So be different, be unique, and show them why they should buy from you. So the last point is, remember to follow all rules and guidelines regarding social media and how you are representing the company. So once again, no bathroom selfies, no obscene gestures, don't wear a graphic shirt with a Lola that has, inappropriate words on it and whatnot. So as far as social media, Pinterest and Instagram, they have strict rules about selling all those on those sites, as does the policies and procedures manual. You are not allowed to sell on those sites. So just keep that in mind. And whenever you post something, be it on your VIP group, be it during a live sale, be it on Instagram, think of it. If Deanne were to see this, would she be proud? Would I be proud? Would this be something that if she saw, I would be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I ever said that or I ever did that? And if the answer is no, if you would not be proud of it, if she would not be proud of you, don't do it. Building your business. There are a couple of things that can be important for you to take care of during your time in the queue. If your state requires a business license, you're going to want to have that set up before your onboarding call. If you are military and you live in on-post housing, it is highly advised for you to seek the commander's approval to be operating out of that base housing. I don't think LuLaRoe has made an official announcement on that yet, but they may soon start requesting that letter of approval to onboard new people. So just be aware as you're taking on Lula babies that those of us that already in the business, they're not going to come back and ask for that. But as you're taking on Lula babies who may be military spouses themselves and live in government housing, they may want to seek that approval. A business entity, if you're going to be setting up an LLC or, a corporation of any kind, your time in the queue is the time to go after it and do it. If you wish to open a business account or a business credit card to keep things separate for LuLaRoe, you're going to need to be an official business. So if you go to the bank and you say, I want to open a business account for LuLaRoe, they're going to say, okay, give me all your business paperwork. So you're going to need to be an LLC or a corporation or some sort of legal business entity. Otherwise, you may just want to open a separate personal checking account. I highly, highly recommend having a completely separate account. Be it business, be it personal, however you choose to do it, to keep your LuLaRoe things separate from your personal things. Otherwise, tax time is going to be kind of nightmarish to separate all those transactions. You guys have no idea how many transactions I have daily from my business account, because it's not just, oh, money comes in, money goes out, that's it. That's not it. Like just now I was holding a training. I had to pay $14.99 a month to be able to hold this training for longer than 45 minutes. That's going to come out of my business account. And, if I purchase a Starbucks gift card to send to a customer, if I purchase an onboarding gift for a Lula baby, if I need all of a sudden more racks, or if I go to Costco and I decide that I'm just going to grab a box of hangers, there are daily expenses that you don't even think of that you're going to want to do from that business account. All right. Regarding what counts as a tax deduction, what to keep, what not to keep, please seek the advice of a professional, of a tax specialist, of a CPA. None of us here are qualified to do that, to give you that kind of advice. And I would really hate it for any of you to say, you know what, I'm going to do what you did because you hired a CPA, so No, I don't know. I have completely given over my things to her for her to handle, and I would be happy to share her information with any of you, but don't do what I did just because I did it. Do what your tax specialist advises you to do for your situation, because your investment is not my investment. We've invested different amounts. We've reinvested into the business different amounts. I have a different sales volume than you do. So just keep all of that in mind. And I just don't want anybody to come back at tax time and say, but you said that I could claim this, or so-and-so did it this way and it counted for them and now it won't count for me. Just cover your bases. Now, creating a business plan, I feel, is important because you're going to invest however much initially. You're going to pick from package A, B, or C, or 1, 2, 3 as they have it now, and you're going to do your add-on, or you're not going to do your add-on, and that's going to be your initial investment, right? So then you're going to get that inventory, you're going to sell it, and then what? LuLaRoe is going to pay you. What are you going to do with that money? What is your goal? Are you going to reinvest 100% for the first 90 days? Are you going to only buy back what you've sold and not grow your inventory until you've paid back your initial investment? Are you going to make that initial investment during your onboarding call and then invest even more by going into Audrey and adding leggings and Nicole's and maybe Randy's that didn't come in your onboarding package? What is your business plan? Write it down, have an idea, because once you launch, then you're going to place your order. What are you going to sell between that album sale that your customers have seen your full inventory and then your new order arrives? Are you okay showing the same inventory again until you have new stuff? Just those are things that you may want to think about and know how you're going to be investing the money in a way that works for you, for your family, and for your financial situation. All right? You are more than welcome to ask your sponsor how they've done it. I am more than happy to share how Nick and I have done it. We reinvested 100% for the first 60 days. My goal was 90. Not gonna lie, you guys, day 61, I walked into a store and I bought myself something because I figured I've already worked very hard and I deserve a little something on day 61. So I paid it with my LuLaRoe money. But other than that, we continued reinvesting and growing our inventory. My goal is to get to 2,000 pieces of inventory. And until then, we're just going to keep pouring most of our money back into the business. We have decided to not pay everything back right away. I was very fortunate to be able to borrow the startup money from my parents. So I don't have a bank that's, giving me interest charges or that's going to be knocking at my door and demanding their money at a certain time of the month every month. I have a lot of leniency with how I pay them back. So I have decided to take a full year and pay them back only a certain amount per month so that I can reinvest most of what we sell into the business for that full year. And Nick and I have it in our minds that that's how it's going to be for that first year. Remember that I get it. Most of us started this because it's good money, because we have bills, because we have dreams, because we have goals, because we have debt, because we have children to put through college. I have 4 of them myself. I know what that's like. I started this because not only do I have 4 kids to put through college, but I also have a husband who's only 5 years away from retiring from the military. And then what? I've never started a retirement plan. That kind of fear was starting to knock at my door. So I totally get the money aspect and how difficult it is, but it's just a season. I love that passage that says for everything, there is a reason and there is a season. It's not going to be like this forever. And you just have to plant so that you can reap that later on. All right. So just keep that in mind. If you have any questions, if you have any fears, or if you have any trouble with how to reapply all that money, then just come to your sponsor, come to me, and I'm happy to talk it out with you guys. Now, one thing about that is another homework that I have for you guys is to watch the how to build your inventory video. I do have that on the team page as well. It's a fantastic video. The ladies who are hosting it were one of the first consultants to ever join LuLaRoe back when Deanne was selling like nothing but skirts. They didn't have, the hype of the leggings or any of that stuff. And they made their business into what you know today for LuLaRoe to be. So just watch that video. They're fantastic. They have great advice on there as well. All right, so let's talk supplies. Now you have major business plan. You've talked it out with your husband or your mom or whoever your partner is in your family, and you know how you're going to be applying that money. You have all of your ducks in a row. Opened your VIP group. How about your space? These are the supplies that I suggest. None of them are absolutely 100% needed. Truly, I think the only thing that you need to sell LuLaRoe is LuLaRoe. So you need, you probably are going to want something to take photos with. Some of us use just our phones. Some of us use iPads. Some of us use a regular camera, just like a point and shoot. And some of us use like a professional camera. I know that a couple of our ladies are professional photographers and they have amazing photos, tips and tricks. Maybe you may want to pick their brain. Use the team chats, use the team page if you have any questions about that. And the ladies who are knowledgeable on it will be more than happy to assist you. Business cards. I definitely recommend that you have a stack of business cards with you at all times, even while in the queue, because you're going to be wearing your LuLaRoe everywhere you go, right? Right? Yes, you are. So you're going to be wearing that, and people will inevitably tell you, you look adorable, or I love your leggings, or oh my God, that dress. Trust me, they will. Women love to compliment each other on what they're wearing. And especially when they see the prints in our leggings. I got stopped at my son's soccer game just last Saturday because I had a pair of Halloween leggings on. And one of the moms just loved it, went crazy for it, and asked for my business card. I gave it to her, and immediately it was like, it was if I had thrown crumbs on the floor and all the pigeons just came, like I was handing it out to a whole circle of moms. You never know when you're going to catch that one person who's just going to bring a whole lot of them. I did that at my son's preschool one time as well. I was wearing a Carly that had some like palm leaves and whatnot, and it looked very Hawaiian, and I'm in Hawaii. So one of the moms complimented me, said that she needed something like that to wear to her upcoming luau. And once I said I sell LuLaRoe, all the moms that were in line waiting to drop off their little ones asked for a business card. Did all of them join my page? No, I probably gave out, I think like 17 cards that day. I had 3 of them join my page. All 3 of them have come over and purchased. So I may not have gained 17 customers, but I gained 3. And each of those 3 have made purchases. And that's 3 more purchases than I had ever done before, right? So you never know who's going to become a customer. You never know who might potentially even be a teammate in the future, because you might be introducing somebody to LuLaRoe for the very first time, and they'll put on that piece and they'll absolutely fall in love with it, and they will feel amazing, and they will say, I want other women to feel like this as well, and that will motivate them, So business cards are definitely recommended. Clothing racks, hangers, mannequins, lighting kit, all of that stuff. You know your space. You know what your space can handle. I'm sure that each of you already have an idea of how you want that to look like. So all of that is linked on the team page under suggested supplies. I have the links for the ones that I personally purchased. They're just suggestions. You don't have to have it, but if you want a starting point, that's where it is. The Dymo label printer. Of all the things that I invested on, that's the number one that I would pay for again and again and again. Of course, I love my racks. I love my storage solutions. They're great. I definitely need them with the amount of inventory that I carry now, but nothing has saved my life and my time as much as the Dymo. I send out on average 800 to 900 packages a month. That was the last count that I had from Shipping Easy, was 900 packages for this past month that's not over yet. I cannot imagine handwriting 900 labels or typing 900 labels on the computer to get printed on my regular printer. The Dymo has been a huge time saver, and I highly recommend it. For the mailers, you need to decide what kind of shipping services you're going to offer. Are you going to offer both flat rate and first class? Both priority and first class. If you're going to offer priority shipping, you want to make sure that that's the flat rate priority. Otherwise, you're going to be paying a lot for just regular priority mail. The flat rate priority, it's the bubble mailers from USPS. Let me grab one for you guys. This is what it looks like, okay? It will say priority mail, and it will say flat rate envelope right there. Do you see that it's a bubble mailer? It's padded on the inside right there. It has the little bubbles. These you can get for free, but you can only order them online from USPS.com. So you want to set up an USPS account, and then you can only order 100 at a time. They come in packets of 10, and they only let you buy 10 packets a day. So my suggestion is take 1 week, Monday through Friday, every day as you're sipping on your coffee, log on there. It takes 2 minutes once you set up the account to order 100 of them. Place an order. Place one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, one on Friday. I personally always try to have 500 of them on hand. They come in these tall boxes. I just stack them in my laundry room. And it's always best to have too many than to not have enough. Because when the time comes that you don't have enough and your customer already paid for their order, and they paid $6 for priority shipping, it's not like you can wait 2 weeks for USPS to send you a new box of bubble mailers. You need to get that out, right? So it's always best to have more than to not have enough. So that one, I definitely recommend. And then if you're going to offer first class shipping, you're going to need to buy the poly mailers. I buy mine from Amazon. They come in the neat little, like patterned, looks and stuff. They have colors, they have flowers, they have women, they have shoes, they have wine, they have whatever, all kinds of different designs. They cost, through Shipping Easy, $2.60, I believe, to mail, but you can only mail up to 15.9 ounces. Anything else heavier than that has to go in the priority bubble mailer. Okay? Hair ties or any other treat or special thing that you may want to put in your package, the great majority of consultants will put their business card, maybe a care card that says how to wash your LuLaRoe. It has their return policy on it and stuff like that. I have a little thank you note that I put in every single one of my packages. I designed it on Photoshop myself. It says thank you. I appreciate your business. Thank you for shopping with me. Remember, wash cold, hang dry, or you'll be sad. You are beautiful. And then I sign every single one. I take some mornings each week and I sign like 200 of those to put in their packages. So I put that with my business card and then a little hair tie. The hair ties that you buy from Amazon, 100 per pack for like $12, I think. Some ladies like to put candy. Some ladies like to put chocolate. Just one piece of advice, be very, very, very careful with putting food inside the packages, especially chocolate. I live in Hawaii. If you send chocolate in my package with my clothes, I'm going to be highly upset because it melts and the smell kind of, even if it's inside its own Ziploc, like it smells. It makes my clothes smell and everything like that. I personally don't like it. Be careful of smells and perfumes and allergies and all of that good stuff. Another thing that I use for shipping are the vented bags. They look like plain Ziploc bags. They're plastic. I also buy them through Amazon. They actually look a lot like what your leggings come in now that they have the packs of 2 inside that clear bag. That's the bag that it looks like. I put my clothes on there before I put them in here because I have, both as a customer and as a consultant, had these damaged by the post office in transit. I don't know what happened one time. I received one that had a cut from here to here. And so if that consultant had not put my Sarah in a vented bag, that would have been a $70 garment ruined because it was just put in my mailbox that's dirty, that has ants, that has been wet, and all of that stuff. So I recommend the vented bags too. I know that Autumn buys hers from upack.com. So she buys, because they sell in bigger quantities. But for those of us on the island, I don't know if they don't ship to the island or if it takes 8 weeks to get to the island, but it's one of the two. And I looked into it and it really was not feasible. That's why I buy mine from Amazon. I also reuse the ones that LuLaRoe sends me because why not, right? Reuse, recycle. All right. And your shipping scale. You're going to need a shipping scale for weighing those first class poly mailers. Ashley Ann uses a kitchen scale that she bought from Costco for $20. I didn't have a kitchen scale because I don't cook. So I just bought a regular shipping scale from Amazon. Computer, phone, camera, tripod, all that stuff that I already discussed with you guys that you're going to need for taking your photos. The tripod, I already had a tripod for my DSLR. But then once I also bought the iPad to go live, I bought on Amazon an iPad adapter, and it looks like this thing with claws. Mine is right there. I can show you what it looks like. So here it is. This is what mine looks like. I put this, it has like this little thing. I put this onto the tripod and then I just put the iPad right there, and it holds it beautifully for when we're going live. So there's no shaking, and it's pretty stable. I paid less than $20 for this, and it's shipped with Amazon Prime. No problem. So I can put the link to that as well if any of you need it. Okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was just going to add really quick, one other little minor purchase that I made that ended up being like absolutely amazing to have. I bought one of those little shutter remote clickers. I think I seriously paid like $11 for it on Amazon. I mean, it was seriously like super cheap. And it is phenomenal when you don't have someone to take your pictures, and you can like take nice like it's not, instead of a selfie, you know what I mean? You actually have a nice picture of yourself when you're wearing LuLaRoe. And I also use it when I am taking my actual inventory photos instead of trying to tap, because I happen to use my phone.
Yep.
So
I think Phil and Danielle use the timer for theirs as well when they're taking it by themselves. I think that I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's just like a cheap thing that ended up being like a really, really nice thing to have. So just one other random thing that.
There you go. Hit up Jen if you need the link for the not selfie timer remote.
Yeah, it's like a remote clicker. I don't know.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
Now this is my last slide, and then I can open it up for questions if you guys have any. But if you need help, right? I know that I just talked your butt off, your ear off for the last over an hour now, and I've covered a lot, and this is just a small sliver of the information that you are bombarded with when you first enter the queue. It's overwhelming. I totally get it. Questions will come up inevitably. It doesn't matter even if you are a huge researcher. I love spending hours and hours and hours just on all the pages looking for the information. Questions will come up, right? So this is what I suggest. If you have a question, don't forget Google, okay? Yes, your sponsor is your first point of contact, but if you call your sponsor and you say, my Dymo will not print my label, if you call me and I'm your sponsor and your Dymo will not print your label, I don't know what to tell you because my Dymo prints fine. I'm not Dymo tech support, and I'm not going to be able to help you. All right. So Google or YouTube videos that may say like Dymo troubleshooting, just keep in mind that there are things that we're not going to be experts on. Or like if your computer completely craps out and shuts off on you and you can't upload your pictures on launch day, I don't know what to tell you. Or if you get put in Facebook jail or any of those things, I can commiserate with you, but I can't help you. So just YouTube, Google, and the search feature on the team pages, especially the bigger team pages like Team Unicorn Wranglers, Lula Rockstars, and the Stop, Drop, and Row. I think that every possible question in the world has already been asked on those pages. If you go to the little search bar and you just type the keywords to your question, it will pull up any thread that contains those keywords for you. So if you put Dymo not printing, guarantee you, at least on Team Unicorn Wranglers, they'll have a couple of questions about that on there. Okay, so use that feature whenever possible. I totally get it though. It's not always possible. Sometimes you may be, your phone won't let you use the search feature or whatever. Yes, contact your sponsor. I have so many of my ladies tell me, I don't want to bug you. I know that you're busy. I know that you have kids. I know that you are working, or I know that you have stuff. Listen, your sponsor, just like myself, she knows what she's taking on when she takes a Lula baby. She's taking on that responsibility to be available to you, even if it's not convenient, even if she has to feed her kids, all right? Even if it's the time that she has to sit down to watch TV with her husband. That's the responsibility that she's taking by taking on the Lula baby. And she is compensated for that. That's her job. You don't tell, I don't go to, the post office and I say, you know what, I really don't know how to mail this package, but I don't want to bother you with it. That's what they're there for, okay? So reach out to your sponsor, contact them, realize that they're human and they do have other responsibilities, so they may not reply to you right away. But if you need an immediate answer and you cannot get it in the team chats, then reach out to me. I am your upline trainer. All of you girls on this page, that would be me. Okay? Above me is Ashley, but she's the trainer for her own group of like 100 ladies right now. So I would be the next step up from your sponsor. And then if I cannot find the answer for you, I have a leaders chat. It's very small, and I have quick access to other trainers and Autumn, our coach, as well. So I have an easy time getting an answer for you. It's probably going to get you a quicker answer than you reaching out to Autumn yourself. If I cannot get it for you right away, though, then yes, go ahead and reach out to Autumn. But I really ask that you don't just message Autumn right away without going through the proper steps, okay? If you have an issue with your grass not getting cut, you don't immediately go to, the president. You call your homeowners association first. Like, take the proper steps, know who can help you with your issue, and just kind of, I take it to heart when people don't come to me, because I'm like, I knew that. I can help you. Don't go over my head, because I'm like, I'm not incompetent. I know what I'm doing. So just remember that there's a whole line of us to help you. And if one of us cannot find an answer for you, I promise you, it is our job to go after it. Okay, so now we can open for questions if you guys have any, either as, from when you were in the queue, or as sponsors. If you have something that your Lula babies are not getting or anything like that, just unmute yourselves and let me know. I know I talked a lot, so there may not be nothing left to cover. You guys are good? All right. This will be recorded, so I'm going to be putting this on the team page under its own I'm in the queue album. I will also put all of these slides that I showed you guys and links to the videos that I mentioned. So if your Lula babies have questions, direct them to that album. I have to convert this video first, but once that's done, it will be up on the page by the end of the day today. All right. Thank you so much, team. I appreciate you being here. I hope this was helpful. I know it's a lot. Take it slow, and we're here for you. We're so happy that you've joined us, and we can't wait to see you soar in your business as well. All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thanks.